Hello everyone, nice to see you and or meet you. Welcome to our D&D Halloween One-Shot. Today I have with me 5 of our community members who are going to be playing with us. If you do enjoy D&D, know that a few of our players have never played before. We are doing a very beginner-friendly session, and it is going to be fairly homebrew. So if you're a rules lawyer, today might not be for you. But we are here to have fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We're gonna get started. So, to start with, Sparky, please explain who your character is, what they look like, and what they're currently doing.
My character is Dragonborn Paladin. Oh, I think she's like 6'9". He has golden scales, gold eyes, and he's just chilling at the moment.
All right. Bubs, please explain your character and what they are up to at the moment.
Okay, my character is a tiefling rogue. It's like the generic red tiefling, wearing a dark cloak to hide in the shadows, and he is sitting in a corner with his hood on.
Okay. Rock?
My character is a half-elf. He is a sorcerer, and he is currently putting on a performance.
All right, what kind of performance?
He is a jester, so he's right now doing some wacky stuff with his magic, doing some lights, doing some... Well, I'll leave it there with the magic, but he is entertaining the crowd.
All right. Milk?
My character is a barbarian turtle, so I'm a turtle on 2 legs, about 5'8", 500 pounds, fairly large, and I'm in a dark corner of a pub sipping on a very large cup of beer.
And Shadow?
My character is Sylvan, a wood elf ranger. I am currently relaxing at the pub after a contract has been successfully accomplished.
All right. So, all of you, now that you know who you are and what you're doing, forget the second half of that. You are no longer doing that. One moment you are at your pub or sitting in a corner or putting on a performance, and the next moment you blink and you are somewhere entirely else. You are in a circular room with wooden floor, wooden walls. In front of you, there is a glass wall that is separated into 3 compartments with 3 different creatures in it. There is a podium in front of that glass wall. Behind you, there are 3 doors, and in each of your hands is a card. And it also, obviously, you are surrounded by 4 other creatures who you've never met before. What are y'all doing?
Where did the doors go?
Well, you have not gone into one.
Do I still have my beer? Because I really wanted that beer.
Yes, you still have a beer in your hand.
Oh, nice. I just sit there and continue to sip on it and watch.
Right.
I'm gonna check the podium.
One at a time, still going with Sparky's. You turn to look at the doors, and the 3 of them are next to each other. Each of them has a different plaque on them. The first one has a picture of a bat on it. The one in the middle has a picture of a beetle. And the one to the right has a picture of a crescent moon. Shadow, you said you want to look at the podium?
Correct.
There is a button on it.
I think we should press the button.
Does it say anything at all, or that I can read at least?
The button doesn't say anything.
The button should be pressed.
And looking up at these 3 creatures that are behind the glass,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I can recognize the mummy at the very least.
Yeah, one is very clearly a mummy. One is very clearly a stereotypical vampire. And the other appears to be some sort of werewolf.
How close are we to the wall?
The glass wall? Well, it depends
Yes.
on who you are, but you're vaguely 5-10 feet-ish away.
What do I know about each of these creatures in front of me?
You can roll me a history check.
16 total?
Which creature are you attempting to remember about? Which one are you history?
Vampire.
The vampire? You know that they don't have a very good reputation. Typically, they're considered evil, one would say. They're pretty rare to find. I'm not sure that you've ever actually experienced one in person before, but he is very stereotypical vampire. So, blood-drinking, creature of the night kind of thing.
Is the werewolf nice?
You can roll me an insight check. That would be a natural 1.
Nice.
Surprise, surprise. You've not really
Can I
experienced wolf faces before. They're a little hard to read. Bubs, you'd like to try inciting the werewolf? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I would like to try to incite the werewolf.
All right. So 14. A little hard to tell. He is somewhere between panicked and angry, you would say.
So probably not pettable.
Well, there's also a glass wall between you two, so.
I'm doing it. I was gonna do an insight on the mummy.
And then let me, okay.
For the mummy, I got a 12.
Got a 12? Considering he is entirely wrapped up, his face is very hard to read, but his posture suggests slight discomfort.
Permission to roll checks on the other two creatures, Tweety? For history?
For history? Sure.
So
For the werewolf,
got-
I got a 2. The mummy, I got a 7.
You know almost nothing. Like, you've heard of them before, but that's about it. In fact, you might have never ever heard of werewolves before. You're like, that's a big fluffy dog.
I wanted to ask, besides the glass wall and the button, is there anything else that I notice in this room?
Well, first of all, there are a bunch of creatures who you've never interacted with before. That's probably something to take note of. But as I said, there's each of you also has a card in your hands that was not previously there. But if you'd like to do other inspecting, there's a roll for that we can deal with after like the 3 other rolls that just came through.
Okay.
What is the card in my hand?
Funny you should ask. You lift it up and everyone would see. Boop. This. It says, solve the gruesome disappearance. Press the button for initial alibis, then start looking for your own clues. You can get up to 3 hints, but there will be penalties for each. You can't directly ask who did it or did not do it, because that's not how the mob rolls. According to monster law, once you've been let off the hook, there's no being put back on the hook, so you have 1 chance to accuse the culprit. You need to unanimously agree both to start a vote and who you're voting for. Press the button a second time when you're ready. If you don't solve the mystery, there will be dire consequences. That is what is in each of your hands.
So I suppose we should probably press the button then.
I like to greet everyone and say hello. Fancy meeting all of you guys.
I stay silent and suspiciously glare at you.
Can they hear us through the glass?
Well, how are you testing that theory?
I'm gonna yell.
All right. Roll me an insight or perception, your choice.
I got an 11.
11. They appear to be looking at you, but they didn't flinch at all, so you're not sure if they actually heard you or if they're just watching. Also, Rock, sorry. No one is friendly, apparently.
That's fair. Am I able to use Mage Hand and pet the wolf?
You can certainly attempt to.
Okay. May I?
You try to cast this spell, and everyone in the room sees him wave his hands and cast this spell. You hear a tiny zap, but the werewolf does not appear to be pet.
Ooh. Okay, so it seems like, saying this out loud, that my magic isn't going through this wall.
I think we should press the button now.
I
You guys
pressed the
want
button.
me? Oh, okay. I back up.
Sylvan is pushing the button then? Question mark?
Correct.
Okay. So you press the button, and the room goes dark, and then a spotlight comes down onto the werewolf, and you hear him say, "When it happened, I was working out in my room." That's my werewolf voice. And then the light goes back, and a spotlight comes down onto the vampire, and you hear him say, "When it happened, I was sleeping in my coffin." Light goes off, light comes onto the mummy. He says, "When it happened, I was sleeping, or I was snacking, excuse me, I know what I was doing, in my sand pit." And the light goes off, and the lights go back on into the whole room.
Was the mummy eating sand, or was he eating something in the sand pit?
All he said was he was snacking in the sand pit. Up to interpretation.
I think he ate sand.
Entirely possible.
So, considering we have to figure out what in the world is going on here, which door do you guys want to go down first?
I would say the one with the moon on it, because when has the moon ever hurt anybody?
All right, any objections?
Nope.
This is what is behind the door. You see a well-lit room, wooden floor, wooden walls again. You see in the right corner this green mat. To the left, there is a mirror. I'm kind of covering it up. Sorry, it's right there. There's a long mirror against the wall. In the back left corner, you see a closet. In front of you, there is, I guess it's called a vanity, like a little table with a mirror and some stuff on it and a little chair in front of it. And to the right, there is just a big old pile of blankets.
Can I investigate the pile of blankets?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
How are you investigating it? What are you doing? You getting all up in there, or you just like picking them up, looking through them kind of thing?
I pick up one blanket at a time, shake it out, see if anything falls.
All right, you do so immediately. You are struck with just a stench. It does not smell great. But you start shaking them out, and after a couple of blanket shakes, you find a needle, like a needle for medicine, buried in there.
I go and inspect the mirror.
Tortlick, you go up to the mirror. You see yourself. You see the rest of the room. How would you like to further inspect it?
I'm not sure how exactly I would inspect it further.
You like, I don't know, scratching at it or trying to move it or like smashing it. Like, what do you want to do with this mirror?
Oh, smash it, definitely.
Yeah.
You're gonna smash this mirror. What are you doing that with?
My great axe.
You managed not to miss the stationary mirror with your axe. Now you can roll your damage.
Nice, a 1.
You got one point of damage to a mirror, which, funny enough, is enough to crack a mirror when you're swinging an axe at it. So you don't shatter into billions of pieces or anything, but your axe definitely goes through it and like hairline fractures all throughout it. It's definitely broken. Are you content with what you've learned?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to check the closet.
So approaching it, it is like a fairly thin but tall, just standard closet, you know? I assume you're opening it?
Correct.
You open it up and it is entirely dark inside. Unnaturally so. You cannot see a gosh dang thing in there.
Is there a light bulb in there?
I don't think you know what a light bulb is.
Is there a candle in there?
There's no candle in there. You can't, I mean, maybe there is, but you can't see it.
Can I use my fire breath to light it up?
Do you have fire breath?
I do.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
It might be a better idea if you use that to light one of my torches, which we can then use to light it up, instead of lighting the dresser itself on fire.
You know what?
I have a bad feeling about this.
He's got
Do
an
we
idea.
know-
I like his idea.
Do we know exactly what the players are doing? Because I wasn't sure if like
Well,
I can just like ask straight out like, hey, I see this, like that.
Sometimes you can, like, you could play it so that Abadan has to charge up, like, you see his chest puff out, and you see him start to get ready for something, and if someone can be like, oh, I think he's about to do something that I don't like. Hey, wait. You can roleplay it like that. If it's something immediate, like, I don't know, they blink. I don't want them to blink. Too late. You've already blinked. Like, some instances, yeah, definitely you did not catch that in time, but you can roleplay it however you want, you know?
Okay.
So if he wants him to allow him to catch him before he shoots fire into
Oh.
this closet, then so be it.
I'll allow it.
You have been stopped.
I offer if they want a little light bulb and create a dancing light for them.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Everyone sees him swirl his magic and 4 little dancing lights swirl around him. And what are you doing with them?
I toss one into the closet.
You toss one into the closet and it disappears. It's still entirely black in there.
May I roll
go ahead, Joe.
Arcana?
You want to roll Arcana, Sylvan?
Yeah.
Sure.
That seems like magic.
13? Yeah, it's definitely magic. There are multiple different kinds of spells and curses and whatnot that can create impenetrable darkness like this. It's a little hard to tell which might actually be the case here, but yeah, it's definitely magic going on in that closet.
Bubs found something. I want to see what it is and then see if I can determine if there's anything on it or like if there's anything in it. You said medical needle?
Immediately looking at it, it is not full, that's for sure.
Okay.
It does appear that there was recently liquid in it because there is like little dots of moisture inside. How are you going about figuring out more about that?
Do I
Research.
know by the sight of what's inside of it, like what it could be? I guess medical roll, maybe?
All right, medical roll if you'd like. 16. Just from looking at it, it is a clear liquid. As you like bring it up to your face, you can almost smell a little bit of it too. It does appear to be some form of drug in some way, some medicine or something. It does not appear to be magical in nature. It definitely smells like something naturally made. But you can't tell just immediately what it is otherwise.
I'm gonna stick my torch halfway into the closet and then pull it back out to see what happens.
I assume Abadan has set it aflame?
Yeah,
All right.
it's on fire.
You stick it into the closet and you pull it out, and it is still on fire. It has not been put out, but interestingly, something came out with it. There is currently glomped onto the end of it.
This may have been a large mistake. We shall find out.
There he is. A little pink
Be
fluff
cute.
ball. Just on the end of your torch. Or maybe not
Does
the
it
end
s-
because that's where the fire is, but you know.
Does it speak?
Well, currently it has its mouth glomped around a torch.
Ah,
Can I just look in the closet since I have dark vision to see if there's anything else in there?
Are you sticking your head in there?
No, I am going to keep my head out of the closet, but I just want to like peer into it.
Yeah, you peer into it, and you're not used to being completely blinded by darkness, but you cannot see in there.
maybe shake the glob off the stick.
Give me an athletics check.
I got an 11.
And a roll for the glob. It got a 3. I think you managed to shake it off the stick. And immediately, it charges for your foot and tries to nom it.
I punted across the room.
Oh, do you? All right, make an attack roll.
Oh, it's out of here.
Can you roll me a 1d4 as well? 2. All right. You punt this blob across the room, it smacks into the wall, and it plops down to the ground and rolls a couple times, and it hops up and looks at you and goes, "Ow! What the heck? You didn't even taste that good, God!"
Didn't even taste me in the first place.
It looks around to the other people in the room. None of you really look particularly tasty, if we're being honest. What are you doing here? Why'd you go into my home?
Then why the closet so dark?
I mean, because we like it dark? Like, I don't come into your home and judge your lighting.
I ask it why it decided to bite my lit torch.
You put something into my house, I was defending it.
I look at the little guy and say, "Hey, little guy, do you have a name?"
I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk down to me like that.
You are down, so.
Right, we'll just call him Charles, though.
I mean, I don't have a name, so I'm okay with that.
Charles got it.
Charles.
Everyone good with Charles?
See, seems to be a pretty fitting name.
I see his eyes sparkle a little bit. He's like, I have a name.
I want to use Mage Hand and bring him closer. But not like too close, just to see.
All right. How, sure, yeah. You do so. I will say that he is less than 5 pounds.
Okay.
But he does bite.
He's kind of scouted out the area and decided, nah, you guys aren't worth biting.
Yeah, after I kicked him.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. Alright, you have him in your mage hand. He looks a little perturbed.
Well, now he's not on the ground, so he is even headings. I don't have to look at him down at him, and brought him up a little bit.
Gotcha. We're on an even playing field now. I like it. Go
I
ahead.
ask him what's in the closet.
My home. How many times do I gotta say that? And you guys still haven't explained why you're in my home.
Is this whole area your home, or is the closet your home?
Oh no, he kind of turns around. He goes, closet? I live in a closet? Oh
The
no.
the dark room.
Yeah, that one's my home.
Okay. You know who lives here?
Oh yeah, the big guy. Big fluffy guy.
Big
Wolf.
fluffy.
Wolfman.
Mm.
Man wolf.
Man wolf. You friends of his or something?
He's cute.
I tried petting him. He was nice.
I mean, yeah, he's a pretty chill guy, I would say. Lets us live in his closet, I guess.
I asked Charles why he keeps saying we.
I mean, I don't live alone. I got a family, man. Hence trying to defend it.
How many is in his family?
Are you asking him that, or are you just contemplating?
I'm contemplating.
Okay. So you're not friends of the Wolfman, but you think he's cute. I still don't have an explanation of why you're here and why you're poking him at home.
I will show it the card that I am holding.
It tries to eat it.
That's a good idea.
I won't let it eat it.
Roll a dex save.
Oh, hey, I'm good at this.
Considering it's currently being held, it might have disadvantage. That was a 9. The good thing is he rolled a 4. So yeah, you managed to keep it out of his jaws. Well, you try to show him the card at a healthy distance. He goes, I see. I don't know what that is. Where are you holding it in front of me?
I asked the little creature, did you happen to see a little light bulb that flew into your house?
A what?
Like a little light bulb torch thingy that flew into your house?
No. Why?
Just wondering.
Other than the one I bit? Nah.
The one you bet.
The torch.
Oh,
He
okay.
bit my torch.
According to him, nope.
Okay.
I asked him why is it so dark in his house.
We like privacy. God, like you don't seem to understand. This is our house. We live here. We don't really want people coming in and out.
Well,
But is it dark to you?
Well, I mean, it's not dark on the inside. For us, anyway.
if it is your house, then are we allowed in? With
No!
a smile?
No!
What if I promise not to kick you anymore?
Can you roll intimidation?
Don't try that.
Is that a 9 intimidation?
That is a 9.
It sticks its tongue out at you. Blech.
Alright, no promises. He tried to bite me.
I mean, yes, they tried to bite you, but you did enter their home without permission. What would you do if someone did that to you?
I'd kick them.
Yes, and would you like it if someone kicked you after entering your home?
You know what? That's fair. I'll take that.
Can I ask to be put back down? Honestly, this is getting a little uncomfortable.
Put them down.
Thank you.
Do I know anything about what type of creature this is?
You can roll a history
What
check.
would I roll? Okay. 23.
23. You have never seen one of these, but you saw like a doodle in a book some time ago talking about these little fluffy creatures that are a subsect of gremlin called candy gremlins. They like to eat things that are sweet, and they are very protective of their families. That's about all that is known about them.
They're not
I
kick
will-
resistant.
I will
wanted
share
to
that
ask-
information with the rest of the party.
I wanted to ask and show the little creature if he would allow us to come in for a ration.
So you are trying to persuade it to let you into its home through food. Is that correct?
Yes.
Roll persuasion. Also, what kind of ration are we talking? It's very important.
I will say it is a little rice dish with a little bit of dehydrated meat that comes with crackers on the side and preservative spice to add on top.
All right, make your roll. 9. You kind of hop on over to try and smell it. You see his fur fluff up a little. He goes, ugh. Okay, no offense, dude. That smells really bad. And second off, even if I could eat that, which honestly I totally would have had it been better, not gonna lie. Y'all can't fit in my home. I don't know if you've seen the size of it, but y'all aren't fitting in there. I'm honestly more interested in whatever that thing was, that pointy-eared one over there. was holding up. It looked really pretty. Don't know what. It didn't smell very good, honestly. Didn't smell very sweet, but.
Would it be like the needle that I found?
Do you hold up the needle for him to look at?
Yes, I would
You
like
might
to hold
eat
up
the
the needle.
No. This one. He like hops over at him. Sylvan. In fact, you guys gave me a name. I never learned your guys' names. Kind of poor etiquette, don't you think?
He's got a point. I tell him my name.
All right. He'll look at the rest of you expectantly.
My name is Sylvan.
It's Tortilk.
Sorry, is it actually Tortilk and not Tortlick?
Yeah, it's Tortilk.
I've been
Sorry.
reading it wrong.
Hold up. Did I really? Gosh dang it, I'm sorry. Why didn't you correct me sooner? Oops, Tortilk.
I didn't even see it, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Tortilk, sorry. And did Bubs and Ruck introduce their characters, or?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just sorry.
I'm Eridos.
Alright. Nice to meet you. I'm bowing names, so I might not remember that, especially Tortilk over here. A little hard to remember. But Sylvan, yeah, he was holding up something real weird looking.
Oh no, who
I think it was the
torch?
paper. The paper.
I'll point to the paper and ask if this is what it means.
Yeah, that. What is that?
This is a card that I don't know where any of these people were. I was just relaxing after a day of work, and I suddenly wound up here, holding this.
Am I able to offer the little creature Sylvan spear?
That would be the turtle.
Yeah, I'm the one with the beer.
Oh, I thought you were like chilling with your beer. Sorry. Then with milk.
Yeah, sure.
I suppose you dip down the cup to let him smell it, and he goes, ugh, that smells awful. What is that?
Oh, beer. It's delicious.
Is it sweet? It doesn't smell very sweet.
Trust me, you'll love it.
I agree with him.
Let's make him chug it.
He'll dip down and lap at it, and immediately spit it out.
As he's lapping it, I tip it up by a large amount to force him to chug it.
Can you roll me an athletics check against him?
I'll be honest, Brady, I'm starting to have some some doubts about this group.
Oh,
Like
God.
in character. Like who
I'm
the
liking
heck
it.
am I with?
23.
Yeah, it struggles. It definitely struggles against you pouring beer down its throat. It rolled a natural one on its constitution save. It immediately throws it back up, and it looks up at you with just tears in its eyes. It says, I trusted you. And it hops back into the closet.
Oh.
I try and
Whoops.
grab him.
Roll a dexterity. This poor creature. Been through so much already.
I got a 30.
How in the heck?
Wow.
He ain't going nowhere.
Natural 20! Oh, that's our first natural 20 tonight. Congratulations.
Wait, what the what?
He ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah, he rolled well too, is the thing. He rolled well. So he starts hopping, and just as he's passing through this magical barrier, you snatch him by the fur and yoink him back out. And he's just in your arms crying now.
Are you trying to leave us, Charles?
What do you mean? You just tried to drown me. You come into my home, you kick me, and then you manhandle me, and then you try to drown me.
I offer him some sweets from my rations.
Roll me persuasion.
I got 20.
Immediately, just the tears suck back up into his eyeballs. He happily takes the candy and starts munching on it.
Charles, can you read?
What was that?
Can you read, Charles?
Yeah,
Like,
what was that?
Yeah,
Can you read the little card?
I'm gonna assume not.
I ask him if he can try to read it.
And so, like, you show him the card again?
Yeah.
He said, I don't know what read means.
Just tell him, are you able to understand what's on the card?
I mean, it's a pretty card, like I said. It's got a bunch of pretty lines on it. Swirls and stuff.
I read the card to Charles and ask him what he thinks.
Exposition. He goes, oh, that. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, something happened to Fred. I don't know what, but everyone was freaking out over it. Why didn't you say that's why you were here? Gosh. I asked you like 3 times.
Is Fred the big old fluffy dog?
Oh no, that's Wolfman. Although I think he'll get upset if you call him a dog.
Who is Fred?
I don't know. I just heard his name being yelled a bunch. Something happened to Fred, everyone was upset.
Do you know when his name was being yelled a bunch?
My sense of time is kind of weird because it's different in the closet. But, I mean, for us, it wasn't that long ago.
What do you mean by not that long ago?
It felt like a few minutes ago kind of thing. Not long before you guys came and yoinked me out of my home.
What else did you hear, Charles?
I mean, not much. I live in a closet, so...
Did you hear any fighting?
I wouldn't say fighting. I didn't hear, like, a bunch of things getting smashed. Although, right before you guys came out, I did hear, what sounded like a mirror getting smashed. Is that helpful?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Charles, are we friends?
You did give me candy, but you guys have also done a lot not great stuff, so I'm gonna say hesitantly not yet.
I asked Charles, does he know a vampire?
I mean, I haven't seen the vampire, but I know that there is one that lives here, yeah.
I want to ask Charles how familiar he is with this room.
I've never actually been in it before. First time seeing it.
So, if this is your first time seeing it, then how do you know the Wolfman?
Because I can hear him.
Oh, so just by hearing.
So
You don't
just-
know then he's a Wolfman then?
Well, I've heard them talk
just
to each
know it's a
other. I know his name is Wolfman.
Okay.
That's a pretty generic name.
But you know he's a fluffy dude.
On occasion, he'll come and grab something out of the closet, so I can see, like, a fluffy arm, you know?
What
Why
will he
does it-
take out of the closet?
Clothes.
Why don't you bite the Wolfman?
How would I do that? Have you smelled him?
That's fair. That's
He,
fair.
he has a point.
I asked Charles if there's anything else in the room that he thinks is suspicious.
I've never seen the room before. What do you consider suspicious? Yeah, that thing by the door smells pretty gross. That's kind of suspicious to me.
I think we should check the thing by the door. I'll put it to a vote.
Can I investigate the mat?
Sure. What are you doing with the mat to investigate it?
I don't know. Probably just like pick it up, overturn it, maybe try to see if there's like anything inside of it that was like shoved in there. If there's like a small hole or something.
Right, investigation roll.
I rolled a 10.
It is like weirdly lightweight and kind of plasticky and really thin. It kind of just appears to be a mat. Not really any place to put anything in it. Out of character, this is a yoga mat. In character, you probably don't know what that is, though. And Sparky, you look towards the door, and from here you can tell there's just a thing of garlic hanging next to it.
Can I take the garlic by the door?
You can walk over to the door, and you grab garlic. Kind of gross and moldy.
Would it be possible for me to take the yoga mat with me?
Yeah, you could like roll it up and shove it under your arm.
All right, great. I'm gonna do that then.
All right, you got a yoga mat.
I have a question for Charles.
What's up, Sylvan?
I was wondering if the Wolfman was here, if you heard him in here shortly before they started talking about Fred going missing.
Again, time is kind of relative. They spend most of their time in their rooms, from what I can tell, so probably, but I don't know how shortly you mean.
Charles, have you heard any arguments lately?
Like I said, when they found out something happened to Fred, they were kind of arguing.
Could you tell who was arguing besides Wolfman?
I believe his roommates. The vampire and the mummy.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, I suppose. Would you put me down, possibly?
Not yet.
Oh,
I ask him if he knows if time runs faster or slower inside the closet compared to outside of it.
from what I can tell, faster.
Team talk here. I think we checked out this room for enough. I think we go visit the other rooms.
I wanted to ask Charles just by any chance if he knows how old he is.
Well, I'm 13 days old.
Okay.
Was that important?
I was just wondering because if inside of his house, at least just in my head, if inside of his house, if it's going faster, then his family could be aging much quicker than he is, being outside.
Oh no.
Oh God. Can you please put me back in my closet?
Put it back.
Charles,
Put it back.
Charles, they're probably already gone. She doesn't come with us.
Oh no. My wife and kids.
You had a wife at 13 days old, Charles?
Well, 13 days old is pretty old for sugar gremlin.
That's fair. I put Charles down to go check on his family.
Okay. He immediately starts hopping
Let's-
over to the closet.
Let's hope it's.
You don't immediately hear mourning. So
I asked Charles if everything's okay.
they're alive. Missed a couple birthdays, but it's fine.
Oh,
And I asked Charles if they all can come out.
Yeah, no.
Can Charles come back out?
I don't really want to, if we're being honest.
Dude, you stole several years of his life.
You know what? That's fair. So I think we should go check the other rooms right now.
I want to check out the vanity before we go.
Let's do that.
You approach the vanity. It is a fairly simple wooden table with a mirror at the back of it, and there are a couple of just like things strewn about it. Like you see a hairbrush and like a tiny little hand towel and a bottle of something.
Are there any drawers or anything?
Nope, it's just a flat table.
Is there any space for a hidden compartment at all? I can tell.
Make an investigation roll.
Gladly. 18.
No, but as you're searching, you feel the underside of the vanity, and there appears to be just long and deep claw marks in the bottom of it.
Anyone here know what werewolf claw marks looks like by chance?
Well, since I have claws, I feel like I should know.
You can make a nature check if you'd like. Sylvan, it's already been established you know nothing about werewolves, so probably not you.
I got an 18.
18. You remember looking at the Wolfman, that you sized up his paws, and you're like, yeah, those probably match with what's under there.
What all was on the vanity again?
There was a brush, a hand towel, and a bottle of something.
I check what's in the bottle.
How do you do so?
I smell it.
Roll me a perception check.
I got an 8.
Whatever it is, it hurts your nose. It is potent smelling. But what it could be, meh.
I asked Charles if he could come out here real quick.
I prefer not to.
It'll be fine, Charles. Come here.
Is there a question you can ask from the safety of my home?
Do you know what's in this bottle?
I've never been out there.
Can you taste it?
I'd really rather not taste random things you found in Wolfman's room.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're just ransacking someone's room at this point?
I see no problem with ransacking your room right now.
We're on a case, so it's fine.
Here, let me see if I can tell what it is.
Are you smelling it as well?
I give the bottle to Silver.
I will smell it, but I'll just waft it towards my nose rather than just...
Shove
know.
your face in it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I stuck it in my nostril.
Just straight up in there. Perception check, please. 14. It is an incredibly potent perfume would be your best guess.
It smells like perfume.
It could
So
also be a very strong liquor, maybe? One or the other.
well, it's either perfume or an exceptionally potent liquor. I will slowly glance at the barbarian.
Can I mix a small bit of it in with my remaining beer and then taste it?
Absolutely, you can.
What would I have to roll for any of that?
Well, you can mix it, no problem. Are you trying to figure out what it is through doing this?
Yes.
Perception
So-
check.
All right.
2.
Hold on.
Whoa, holding on.
Plus 5, so a 7.
A
So
7.
It's a little bit better.
Alright, it's a little bit better. Either you don't think that you used enough to be able to tell, or it is a liquor that you've probably never had before. It does not taste familiar.
So it's not poisonous.
Well, it's a little hard to tell.
Not poisonous enough to kill you.
Yet.
how big is this bottle again?
The bottle is like 2 or 3 inches tall. It's like this really fancy looking glass bottle with a stopper in it.
I try and take a swig of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you please make me a constitution saving throw?
This is gonna be good.
A 10?
Plus 1.
That's 1, 11. You down it. Your throat does not want to swallow, but you manage to do it and not throw up. You are very certain that this is perfume.
All right, nice. We figured it out.
Mystery solved.
So it's booze?
What information you wish to give up to Tortilk is up to you.
I say, it is not booze.
Does this mean Wolfman's trying to get a wolf girl?
Ooh.
I mean, he apparently smelled pretty bad, so I imagine he'd try anything to not do that. Maybe the perfume is the reason he smells bad.
We should go ask him.
So what are you guys doing?
Should we go back to the main room, fellas?
I think we should head to the room with the bat.
So you guys
Or-
are heading back to the main room and through one of the other doors?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so there's nothing else in this room you guys want to do. We're moving on.
Sure.
Alright.
I asked
Moving
Charles
on.
one last thing.
Okay.
I tell him I'll be back.
Is that a threat or a promise?
He can take it however he likes it.
Okay. And you guys go back through the main room, and then you head on into the door with the bat on it. It is much darker in this room. Everything is royal purples and kind of stuffy looking. You see in the back left corner this big bookshelf. In the back right corner, there is a fireplace with a little chair and table in front of it. To the right, there is a curtain that spans the length of the floor to the ceiling. And to your left, which I'm kind of covering up a little bit, there is a coffin ajar. As well as the middle of the room has a very large carpet, and on the ceiling is hanging a chandelier.
I would like to check inside the coffins.
All right, you open the coffin. You don't immediately see a vampire inside. The back of it is padded. Is there anything that you wish to further inspect with it, or are you done with this coffin?
I think I'm done for now.
All right.
I'm going
Is
to
there
inspect the
anything
coffin.
written on the coffin?
You can make an investigation check to see if there's anything written on it.
I rolled a 19 to investigate the coffin.
Looking around for writing, there is nothing written on it. But I say with a 19, you have searched sufficiently that underneath the padding, you find a knife, and it has a red liquid dripping from it.
I show everyone the knife and ask them what they think it is.
I gasp.
I say it looks like a knife.
Can I taste the liquid on the knife?
Yeah, is that jam?
I will try to prevent the turtle from doing that.
Tortle, do you allow him to prevent you, or are you gonna make him roll for it?
Go for it, Turtle.
No. No. I'm trying my best to.
All right. Dexterity checks against each other, please. 23. Yeah, that's a nat 20. He grabbed the knife from you. I'm sorry.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my I'm gonna roll to see if I can identify the liquid. I assume nature would be good for that.
Depends on how you're trying to identify it. Just looking at it, being like, what is this? Or are you tasting it, you smelling it? What are you doing here?
I'm gonna see if I can't tell what the consistency is like, because
Just
well,
visually?
you know, with my slide a finger through it,
Okay.
like
Alright.
with my background being a mercenary bounty hunter.
You can nature check it
While he does that, can I lick it?
while he's doing. I'm pretty sure with a nat
The
20,
surprise lick.
he's got this knife out of everyone's reach. You got a nat 20 on that one. 13. You run your finger through it. The consistency is not that of blood. You are very certain it is not blood. You don't know what it is,
Wait.
but it ain't blood.
May I lick the knife?
It's not blood, so sure.
I lick the knife.
Alright, it is sweet. It tastes edible. Probably some sort of fruit, you would say.
I think it's jam. I'm gonna go with strawberry. I asked the total if he
Wow.
wants some.
Yes, very much so.
Alright. You taste it and you can confer, yeah, it's probably some sort of jam or something.
Does anyone else want to lick the knife?
Can I ask why there's a knife with jam hidden in a coffin?
Midnight snack.
Late night eater?
I get hungry at
Or,
night.
I guess vampire, maybe midday snack.
He was probably just making some jelly toast or something.
Is there a knife with peanut butter?
Do you want to investigate for one?
I would love to.
Please do.
Got an 8 for investigation.
You do not find a peanut butter knife, unfortunately.
Frowny face.
One thing I would like to do is see if I can't use a survival check to try to tell when the vampire was last in the coffin.
Roll it up. 22 for you, Shadow. It has been probably less than a day, but probably more than a couple hours.
Can I help him look for a peanut butter knife?
You can also roll for peanut butter knife if you like, Bubs. Bubs, 9 for your peanut butter knife.
Unfortunately, yes.
You also cannot find a peanut butter knife, I'm sorry.
Can we check what's under the carpet?
Do you wish to move the rug?
I do.
All right, make an investigation roll. See if you can find anything hidden under a rug. You move the rug after a great amount of effort. And no, it is immaculately undusty under there. But it's also fairly not dusty anywhere else. You're now realizing that this place is pretty well kept, actually. But there's no hidden doors or secret writings or anything underneath the carpet that you can find.
I wanted to ask if the little coffee teacup is full or not, and if it has heat.
You inspect the teacup, and there is remnants of a red liquid inside. But feeling the cup, it is not warm. No.
Should we drink it?
I was gonna ask if the red liquid looks similar to the liquid on the knife.
There's very little left. It's kind of just like the dredges. You could try to smell it or taste it, but just looking at it, you can't really tell.
I'll dip a finger in and see if it's anything and taste it.
That's so blood.
It could be Kool-Aid.
It certainly ain't sweet. You can probably put 2 and 2 in together of what else it might be.
So this is not jelly.
Is it?
I would like to investigate the bookshelf.
All right, what are you looking for?
Well, we all know that age-old trope of slightly pull a book out and it'll reveal a secret passage.
All right, you can make an investigation roll.
I would like to check under the chair why he does that.
All right, investigation roll for you too. Shadow, you need to stop rolling so gosh dang well.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. This is the opposite of my luck in my normal D&D games.
I gotta say.
Yeah, Sparky, we'll start with you. The chair's too heavy, man. He can't even move it out of the way.
There ain't no way.
You're fairly certain it's bolted down. As for Shadow, going through, you kind of like tap all of the books you can. You don't find anything that will trigger any mechanical anything or other. You don't think that there's that. In fact, you kind of shift the bookshelf itself a little bit, and it's clearly not like connected to the wall. Like you can move it, and there's nothing behind it or whatever. You do, as you're perusing it, though, find one book that you find kind of interesting. You find a yearbook, a Monster High yearbook.
I take it and I start reading.
There's not much to read, but you can certainly go through photos of classmates that went to apparently Monster High. Yeah, it's a bunch of monsters. You recognize